plowing, I've been plowing, and I've been plowing, and I've been plowing. It's now 1 o'clock on March 24th. And I mean, it just hasn't let up. I've done the roads probably 6 times today. 5-6 times. And then I come back half an hour later and it looks like they weren't done again. So, but they said it's supposed to stop any minute and we're not going to get any more snow. I'm waiting to see if that happens. But I mean, look at this. We went from a 2 centimeter snowfall forecast to, I mean, I'm pushing piles of snow here. This is not a little, look at that, look in front of me there. It's one of the few spots in here I haven't plowed yet, so yeah, there's got to be 3-4 inches of snow. Yeah. Anyway, we got to do the whole place even though it's a Friday, and it's not going to be warm enough this weekend for all of this snow to melt. I believe it's supposed to get the same kind of weather on Monday again, which I was about to check, see if that's changed or not, but you know, maybe it's not over yet. Winter's last gasp. Throw some salt on that road. I'm gonna back up, sprinkle a little salt, and hopefully that'll be the last time I gotta go up there today. Any hills in this place are high priority to get salted constantly. Kind of what you gotta do. Okay, I'm gonna park this thing and take a break. You know, of all the things I gotta do, this is top of the list here right now. We're down 1 machine and I gotta weld that broken clean through. I'm kind of trying to get through the year with it like that, but it was so cold. It was minus 28 the last 2 days with the wind chill, so I didn't want to work outside. So I'm going to jump in this and scrape the walkways, and yeah, that's the plan. Thanks for watching. To see the road. This is what we do, man. This is what we do. It's a far cry from 2 centimeters, which is, I think 2 centimeters is less than an inch. 2.5 centimeters is about an inch, I believe. Winter's striking back. I woke up this morning, I didn't expect to see everything being white, but the forecast from 5 o'clock right through till 8 o'clock was 2 centimeters and then changing to rain. Well, the temperature was supposed to rise, but the temperature didn't rise, and I think we're gonna get snow all day. So we make it 10 centimeters. It's about 4 inches. And it's April. It's not April yet, but it feels like April 1st. I thought it was an April Fool's joke when I looked out the window. It's got to be a joke, I said. Excuse me. So we'll get this place cleaned up and plowed and salted. And hopefully everybody will be okay. But I got a late start here because of the poor forecast. I should have been here 2 hours ago. And I'm glad I didn't come here 2 hours ago, because if I would have, I might have not even have brought my plow, because these kind of small amounts of snow, you may need a bucket of salt, but not really. You don't really need your plow, 2 centimeters. But I do have the big tractors. I'm glad I hooked my plow up. See the cars that have come in really early, they got a good inch or 2 inches on them. So I'm going to switch to the big tractor because this is just too much. Plus I got the down pressure, so I can scrape a lot of this packed snow off. And they come in like this and it starts snowing at 5:30, or started around 5:36. But all the cars come in and pack the snow down. It's worst case scenario. This kind of storm, I always say, as long as it doesn't snow and everybody's arriving. That's exactly what it is today. So. There's some big meeting here with a bunch of big bosses who don't normally come here, so kind of gotta do extra service for them, but at the same time, it's been such a harsh winter that not to put in the same hours, so I'm reducing service basically. And they understand that. But today they'll get the A+ service. If there's such a thing. Well, this parking lot's clean. See, if the cars hadn't driven all over, the snow would have come off like here. It's just right down to pavement, but the road, you've got like 200 cars have driven on it now, so it's packed right on. Okay, salt this area, and off we go. Get the big tractor going. I just did a pass and it just peeled right off. There's got to be some salt residue on here from the last time I was here, or the sun had warmed this pavement up enough that it's given off a little bit of heat. The frost has started to come out of the ground the last 2-3 days. Even with the cold temperatures, the sun is warm enough that the ground is softening up and heaving everywhere. The roads are really rough. This time of year you gotta watch it. Yeah, just carving right off like a carving knife, slicing turkey. You know, I got in the big tractor and the battery's a little low. When the chain came off this salter on this machine here last week, I unbolted the battery out of that tractor thinking the battery was dead on the salter, which it's got a charger on it. It charges the battery from the truck. But it's independent from the truck, that battery. So I pulled the battery out of the tractor and I think I ran it down running the salter, but I thought it was charged up. But and on top of that, I took my cables out yesterday, or 2 days ago, to fix them. I had a set of what they call smart cables for dummies. Well, they should be called dumb cables for idiots. They won't boost a moped. So I took a shovel and I just broke open the plastic case from it, and I looked at it. Oh, there's my buddy. He's gonna lend me some cables. Let's go see. All right, good news. He's got some cables for me. So yeah, everybody tries to help me out here. you get to be friendly with everyone here. Bend over backwards for them. They do favors for you. So I've got a set of cables now. I usually have 2 sets here. And the other set, for some reason, is not here. They're usually in one of the... I have what I call my toolbox here. It's a big wooden salt box with a whole crap load of stuff in it. It's got antifreeze, transmission fluid, my extra shear bolts for the snow blowers. And usually it has a set of cables in there, and I went and looked in there. They're not in there, so I'll make sure they're in there for... And that stuff stays in that box year round. There's an angle grinder. So sometimes I deburr my cutting edge. On a day like this would be a good idea to do that. You get a little burr on your cutting edge from rubbing on pavement. You can feel it with your fingernail, and if you just deburr that little burr off the edge, this thing carves like crazy. So that's another thing. But so now he's lent me some cables, so I'm gonna go boost that tractor. And it almost started, but it was just a little bit too weak and didn't fire up. Plus, it wasn't plugged in. I unplugged it last week, thinking winter's over. The block heaters have a life. After so many hours of being plugged in, they just don't work anymore. And because I don't pay the electric bill out here, I just leave them plugged in 24/7. I don't plug them in just for a snowstorm. I leave them in all winter. And at this time of year, I like to unplug them because, you know, why leave them plugged in for the month of March if it only snows once or twice? So that means I got to get out here. I should have, at first thing I did when I got here, I should have went over there and plugged that thing in. It probably would have fired right up. But hindsight's 20/20. So there's my loaner cables. There's the plow we took off the M5700. That would have been an option too, to run that tractor, but it doesn't have down pressure. It's the same as a truck. Just a chain lifts and lowers the plow. So let's get that set of cables. Let's boost that big fella and let's motor. Let's do that. Okay, let's give it a shot. It's gonna go. Next shot, it'll go. There we go. We got it. Let's go plow some snow. You know, this is where this machine shines. You can't beat down pressure. Everything, I don't know if you can see it, but everything is just scraping right off. All the packed snow from the cars is just coming right off. It's just perfect. That's why the other one is not really a good option. The plow harness is broken, but if we could use it, it wouldn't be the right machine for this. The pickup truck's got no down pressure. Oh, so finally we're in the salt shed. So, and I've got a little bit of salt left. I just scooped up a couple of buckets there this morning. I don't know what's left in there. I can't even see. I gotta get a ladder. Oh, that's quite a bit. So I'm gonna unload it. I'll put the battery charger on here. Schumacher. And I just hook it directly up to the motor so I don't have to run the engine and breathe exhaust fumes. I didn't put my cover on there. Okay, so let's get this done. Okay, here's a view from inside the salter. So there was more salt in there than I thought. Yeah, but the shed's empty. I can put about, I have put about 30 cubic yards in here. So, and it's full right to the, it's touching the roof, both sides. And as a matter of fact, we put stuff along the front here to block it in sometimes. And the bucket can, the tractor bucket can lift over it for the first 4 or 5 times we use salt out of here, and then after that we remove all the, it's like a little retaining wall. That's what I'll have probably next year. So you can see the chain's loose enough to jump off. That's where it came off, down in there. That little tiny sprocket down in there. Or not sprocket, but chain gear, whatever. Okay, and this is how you close and open the door here. There's a little hand crank over here. I haven't used that at all. It was left open, wide open like you see it there all winter. There's the 12 volt Equifab. It's 1500, what does it say here? 1800 RPMs. At, I don't know, can you see that? This is how many horsepower? 3/4 horsepower. Yeah, so. I am really seriously thinking about buying another electric motor like this and setting up the other salter. Just pull the motor off and scrap it. It still runs, but nobody likes using that one anymore, so. It's a little rusty. I spray it with oil and I spray it with WD-40 all winter long, and it's still rusting right out. I think I may start unbolting it and bring it in the garage when in the off season. I think bolted to the salter just promotes corrosion, so I don't know what it would cost to replace that motor, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out what they're worth. Okay, I think today that salter's coming off.